Hi there, this is the microphone from my IC 9700, and this is really a follow-up video to the last one I did when I constructed a bass mic for the radio. The reason for doing that was because when I was using this hand microphone that comes with it, HM219, people were commenting my audio was low, and I don't like shouting into microphones, and I tried turning the mic gain up, but it didn't seem to make a lot of difference. So anyway, I built the bass mic, and that seems to work fairly well. But I thought, well, I could probably modify this mic to have a higher output by installing a little amplifier circuit board in it. And if I take it apart, got all the screws out, there's only 3 screws. There is enough room to get a very small circuit board in there, in here basically. There's also a nice convenient screw that goes through there, which I can screw the circuit board onto. So I'm not going to go over too much detail of the actual circuit because that's covered in the last video, but it's basically this one in front of me. It's a single transistor amplifier, and runs on the 8 volts, which is supplied from the mic socket, and I've got a variable output on a 1K pot. And this is the little circuit board I've constructed using surface mount. Obviously I like using surface mount because it's nice and small, no holes to drill. Obviously if I hadn't have used surface mount I'd never get it in the microphone. Only thing is that the preset's a bit big, it controls the output level, but I've checked it in the mic and it fits in fine. So I just screw it into place and you can see how it fits in. So as you can see, it fits in no problem at all. Plenty of room, wires can go around the preset like that so I can get access to it, and if I put the top on it, back on it, whatever, closes up, no problem at all. But my main criterion when doing this was that it should be completely reversible in case I ever want to sell the radio, and I think that's will be possible, and it'll be, I can reverse it so it looks exactly as it was before. So I'm now going to go ahead and wire it up, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. So here it is, all wired up. Didn't take me very long at all. That's the microphone. Signal comes from the condenser capsule, goes to the input of the amplifier. Provided a biasing voltage for it, of course, and output what normally would go to the condenser mic from the amplifier output. And in order to give this circuit some voltage, which it needs to work, I've had to use one of what was the microphone earth ground, whatever. It seems to have 2 grounds on this strange arrangement. If we look on the diagram, it's got a mic ground and a PTT ground. Well, when I measured it on the radio, they're both connected together, so I don't think it needs 2 grounds. But anyway, so I've used the disconnected the microphone ground, and I've used that to connect to the 8 volt supply and fed that up through this black wire, which was originally the mic ground, and connected the ground on the capsule, electric capsule, down to earth, PTT earth. So I'm just going to give it put it back together, adjust it, listen to it on another radio, adjust the gain and see if it sounds okay, and then yeah, I'll try and demonstrate it on the receiver. Yeah, so that went absolutely fine. I connected it up and monitored it on another receiver on a pair of headphones, and there was way too much output. I had to turn the pot right down to near zero, which is more or less what I expected. I only wanted it to give a little bit more output than it normally does, so what I'll do next is screw it all back together and yeah, try and do a before and after test on my receiver I've got in here, and yeah, so I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to do a before and after test on the audio from this microphone and edit the two bits of film together after I'd modified the mic, and unlike last time I won't get any feedback because I'll be using the radio receiver here, the 8500, and the transceiver in two different rooms. So I'm just going to put the camera near the speaker. Okay, this is the standard handheld microphone that comes with the radio. What's it called? It's called a HM219, and I'm speaking about an inch away from it, and that should give you some idea of what it sounds like before modification. Okay, so this is the modified microphone, and hope you can hear some difference. I hope it's a bit louder. You may not be able to hear it very well, the difference between the two, but it certainly sounded louder to me when I was listening on the headphones. I'm talking about 2 to 3 inches away from the microphone, so not that close, and that's about the end of the video. I did it mainly because one of my regular viewers, Jack, asked me to do this video if I was going to go ahead with this project. So I hope you like it, Jack, and bye for now.